Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go through and decide what paper I'm going to be using where. I have both a 12 by 12 and an 8 by 8 paper pack. So I'm going to have a peek. I quite like that one. I quite like something like this on the back, a dot or a, that's also really pretty. So let's pull this one out to start with, because I quite like that on the front. Look how pretty that looks with the white. Okay. I'm thinking if I put that on the front, that could look pretty nice, or even that on the back. This one is also rather nice for the front, and I also like the botanical. I do like that one. I'm going to stick with that one, I think, and then I'm going to choose one of these for the back of the album. Okay, so front and back of the album. I'm just going to write down the pages so that we know which it is. Does it even have a number? Hidden Creek. Hidden Creek. It doesn't have a name. It just says Hidden Creek paper pad. Alrighty. So we won't be doing notes for this one. This will just be a pull out the pad kind of thing, and let's do it. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to cut the barcode strip off. Well, it's not a barcode strip, I don't actually know what it is. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with this one, so at least we can get the cover of the album going. Then do you think this dark piece is supposed to be here? Let's just have a look at the measurement. That's Zeke, I promise, it's not me. Okay, so I'm just cutting it to 12 inches, and I'll do the same with this one. Little squiggly bits I've cut off. Alright, now I definitely want this one to wrap around like so, and I think it will have, so it will have just a nice little white border all the way around. So it is going to finish on the spine. So we could cut and then put it on the spine, or we could just wrap it. I kind of like the idea of wrapping. So what we're going to do is on either side of the join we are going to tape I hope I haven't gone too hard with this one. Let's just cut that down a bit. Okay. So it's going to go from there, and it's going to finish there. So it's going to finish this side of the secondary fold. So what I am going to do is take my tape. This paper is a little bit thinner than what I'm used to. Hopefully it takes the fold. Okay, so we're going to tape all the way around the edge. Okay, so that is taped up. I'm then going to add a bit more tape on the front of the album. Not loving the way I said to you earlier, not loving the way the glue finishes it off. I actually made albums for customers the other day and I remade them because I wasn't happy with the finish of the glue. Okay, so that should be enough because we've got the strip on the paper that will kind of tie up with this. And what I am going to do is just fold my zips. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put a little bit of thin tape in there. Can't remember if I've done it this way before, but I just want to make sure that the paper all is stuck. Okay. Right, let's do my zips. Alright, so we're going to come in with our paper. We're going to position it okay, I'm quite happy with that. Let's remove that piece first, then it's stuck. We can come in with like a faux stitching or something to hide that. Oops. And then I'm going to just remove all the tape. And like with the last one, I'm not too worried about with the tape on the pattern paper because I've got those little zips sticking out. It's easy enough to remove those. You could also put a bit of glue if you really wanted to. You could come in between the tape with a bit of glue. Of course the glue is not running. I need to boil this. Put it in boiling water. And then we're going to stick down. Okay, we have a small problem, and I probably was silly. I probably should have buttered this underneath to finish off. So I might just come back and just pop this on the back. I don't think I'll do anything over the spine because it will be a problem. So let's just fold this. And yeah, we have got this. So maybe what I'll do with this one is just cut a little strip. So we'll have a tiny strip. If you stick this on here, it's going to lift. So it's like 1/4 of an inch that we need to cut. So let's just make sure I'm cutting from the right side. 12. Let's have 1/4 inch. And let's see if we like it before we stick it down. I do quite like it, look. Kind of just brightens it up. Okay, so let's stick it with some glue. And then we're going to put the balance on the back. I might not stick it down because I might put a bit of ribbon or something in it. So I'm thinking that I will just hold on with the sticking process. And I think we might just have a piece of ribbon coming through to close this album. Something coming through from the back. So I'm going to leave it there. So that's basically the front and the back pretty much sorted.